Hello, everybody. On a very special episode of Toy Talkin' Stuff, we are going to explore 24 Optimus Primes that don't have knees. That's right, none of these fellas have knees and can bend their legs. So let's get down and dirty and get to know them and find out just how difficult life can be for them. Stay tuned. All right, so here we are with the first 8 of the Optimus Primes that don't have bending knees. And I'm going to start small with little tiny ones. So this is Optimus Prime from Cybertron and comes as a much larger robot. But as you can see, it does not have knees that bend. So there we go. That's our first guy. I like this little fella. The paint on it really makes it look very metallic. So I always like that one. Then we have this kind of run-of-the-mill, sort of your general Optimus Prime that could be anywhere. And, it has ball joints in the elbows. So that's great. Let's move that around. Doesn't have lateral shoulder articulation. Does have lateral hip articulation, and as far as the rolling of the wheels, look, we have all of the wheels that roll on this. And if you want, you can take one of these swords. I believe actually this sword goes to this one here. And here is another one of your standard Optimus Primes from the very beginning. Very common 18-wheeler cab, the tractor trailer cab. And, you can see that spins around like that. And this one, you don't get all the wheels that spin. You see, you just have the back wheel. This is a false wheel. And then you have the front wheels. And it's a little higher. The wheel's a little bit off the ground, so that doesn't interfere. And then I just use this gun from some other Optimus Prime. Then just, you can just, a lot of times you can mix and match these parts. This one also has, let's see, the wheels. It's a really long one, but it only has 2 working wheels. And then you see you have a false wheel here as well. Forgot to show you that on the Cybertron one. But you can see when this is in vehicle mode, this is going to be the whole back. So it's going to be really long. But I'm not going to transform all of these. I'm just going to go over them. Here is an Optimus Prime that is a sort of a non-attached to anything Optimus Prime. It's just sort of a generic Optimus Prime again. And you can see this is going to be, this is actually like a Nemesis version of the Optimus Prime to the newer movies. You can see how that spins around. Actually, yeah, maybe from the Transformer movies. I'm actually sure of it now that I see it. The Transformer movies, The Age of Extinction, but it's darker, so it's more like a Nemesis. And once again, you have the false wheels in the back, but that one transformed really easily. All right, and then this is from Robots in Disguise, Optimus Prime, and I have one that's slightly larger, and it also does not, well, it's like maybe twice the size, 3 times the size. And that one also doesn't have knees that bend. But this one does have 6 wheels that roll, which is nice, and you cannot turn the head. You do have, some lateral articulation. You got the ball joint in the shoulder and the hips, so, not bad for a little tiny Optimus Prime, and you can see how that's kind of going to unfold. It's going to fold underneath, and then you can see there's the cab. Going to be attractive looking cab, I think. All right. And then we get to the movie Transformers again. So, all right, so this one actually is pretty much the same, but a little bit of a larger version. This is also from like the Age of Extinction. So this is the long cab forward design for our Optimus Prime, and you can see how that transforms. I guess if they transform easily, maybe I can do that real quick. I don't want to, these things come apart, and then they can snap on pretty well, pretty easily. Actually, what I have to do is fold that up and then get that around. And let's see. And we do have all the wheels that roll. So, and then just like that. And you just kind of keep pushing it, till you get it. So you see, all right, so that's familiar, right? The familiar colors. And we can compare this to our smaller one. Which one do you like better? I think this one looks better as a robot. But I like this one a little bit better as a truck. Although I don't like those false wheels that don't roll. Like, what's the big deal, people? Just give us another wheel, right? All right, so this is our Optimus Prime from Transformers 2, where you can add Jetfire onto the back. And, of course, they're just giving us so much, but no knees. But you do have all 6 wheels that roll. See, you got the wheels that roll here, wheels that roll there. So it's really the same design as this one. Different colors, but very much the same design. And but a little bit different, like better quality. See how it's got the metal rivets in there to hold the wheels on. And his hair gets on the fur. And then, but this one, just kind of, they just press on. And they just kind of snap into there. But this actually has metal rivets. And then, because of the ball joints, everything just pops apart. But, you can take this whole thing off. You can take your Jetfire off and just have your Optimus Prime. But this is pretty cool, right? You can put together your Jetfire. He can become his own robot as well. Or just stick him onto the back of Optimus Prime, and then he's Jetfire Optimus, and he can fly, which is pretty cool. All right, and then the next little Optimus Prime, you get these little springy things that kind of obey what you want them to do. Sometimes they just keep popping apart a little bit too easily. But there you go, also another movie Optimus Prime, and you just pop that, and then boom, and then that turns into our Optimus Prime. And then you can fold this around for a game. It has different score. I don't know what, I've never played the game, I have no idea, but apparently that's what that does. And then you have your trailer, and I think this also springs. I don't play with these things often enough. I just put them on the shelf. But then you can just take this guy apart here. And then look, you have your little base, just like, the Optimus Prime base that was in the 1984 Optimus Prime. And then that can go back. And then look, it's your little launching pad for your little Optimus. So, there we go. And then I bet what's going to happen is going to launch, and then he's going to go into regular Optimus Prime, like snap in. Let's see what happens. And then he hits my hand. Yep. And then boom, he transformed. So automatic transformation, ready to go. Pretty neat. Maybe I should play with this more often, huh? Actually, whoops, did that wrong. Like that. Put that together. And then you can take the Optimus, stick that in there, and then that snaps in here like that, and look, and then what am I doing? It keeps undoing. There we go. All right, so there, and then and you got some wheels that don't roll, right? But you have you got your Optimus cab. All right, we're going to go to the next size up. All right, so the next size up here we have Optimus Prime as a fire engine from Transformers 2000, and you can see turns into a fire engine, and then that folds down, and then this just pushes in there like that, and then you kind of squish that in there. There we go, and there. Now you have Optimus Prime as a fire engine, and I do have the really big one of this as well. Very expensive to get now. At the time was I got it for $20, and now I have the Omega Supreme. Oh no, I'm sorry, the Ultra Magnus and Optimus Prime that go together, and it's like $300 or $400 to have that. So lucky me. But here, once again, you have the false wheel concept right there. All right, and then we have Optimus Prime here. So you can see the size, it's slightly different scale. And this one, let's see, some of these really transform in really cool ways, very easily. And let's see if I can figure that out here. And I'll be honest with you, I can't figure out what this one's supposed to do. But, all right, I know the arms stay out and the head stays out. And then you can push them like this. And then there's a little tab here, and you push that. And then, I don't know, he's supposed to spin around. And I've been struggling with getting this thing to work. I guess, then he's like fighting. He kind of has a spring, and then you push this little tab here. And then bam. Okay, so... that's what it's a little difficult to figure out to me what that does. But he doesn't have knees that bend. And he has the false wheel. So, all right. And then here's another one that has some kind of odd transformation. I believe the gun flips out. So the arms don't go in. And you flip the gun out. I think something like this. Let's see. And then, and then that just flips into position. So there's a little tab here. So, and then, you turn him a little bit, and then the gun comes out, and now he's a rolling menace. And then there. All right. You can see he's been sitting on the shelf for a while because dust, right? And then there, and then you just stand him up and then take the legs out. And then there he is, no knees. Next scale up, Optimus Prime. All right, let's go to the next scale. All right, so here is our Age of Extinction Optimus Prime. And as you can see, no knees, but all the wheels bend. And he's got a sword. And the sword can come out of his hand. And you can see that it's got springs, so it's meant to easily, in some way, transform. Oh, look at that. Look, it's all like a multiple movement all at once. And kind of like get that to kind of go in there. And then it holds itself there. Usually the sword... I don't know. Usually it sticks in underneath, but I don't see a place for this one. But let's see if there's any kind of button. There, you pull that. You just move that lever. So, well, that's the thing with these springy things is they spring on you when you don't want them to. But maybe what you can do is you can take the sword. Let's see if we put it there, and then he falls off the table. But, all right, so now he's got the sword behind him. But there's your Optimus Prime. And he actually has some articulation in his arms. And because these tabs move, he can kind of, beat his chest like a gorilla, see? And let's see if his head turns. Yes, it does. Good. All right. He's got a good-looking head for a little Transformer. All right, so that's that guy. Now, I think one of these is really cool on what it does, and I'm not sure which one, but let's see. Maybe it's this guy. Oh, here's another one that just goes like this. Yeah, you just take this and fold that back. All right, this is an animated Optimus Prime cartoon. I don't know which one, but then let's see. And then you just pull that down, and then turn him around, and then there you go. And then he's got a little hatchet. His battle axe, his energon axe, and then you can, okay, like that. All right, so that's that one. And then here is another Optimus Prime from the Age of Extinction. Now this one, I think I got it because it was really on clearance. Because when I saw it, I'm like, this looks not good. But I'm like, well, if it's cheap enough, let me just have it just to show what they were working on. So this one, all right, so you have two arms here, right? So you got these arms. What you do is you squeeze the legs together, and supposedly those arms disappear, and they become this set of arms that's now striking with the sword. So I I guess that's cool. I don't know. I don't like things that are like, okay, now we have two extra arms back here, and this becomes the arms. But maybe it doesn't really matter. Maybe just the engineering idea behind that is cool enough. And you have all the wheels that roll, so at least you have that. All right, so there he is. And let's see, we're going to skip that guy for now. All right. Oh, I think this is the one. All right, so this one, all right, so this is, one of your animated Optimus Primes. And I believe what you do, you just turn. Okay, so you push this lever down. This locks it. Turn that around, and then all the way around, and he's transformed. That is cool. I wish all of them were like that. So you push that down, and then I think yeah, and then you just rotate all that back around, and then there you have your Optimus Prime. Head doesn't turn, and of course knees don't bend. That's the theme. But we have wheels that all roll, pretty good sized wheels. So let's watch that. Let's watch that fun again. Push the lever down, turn that all the way around, and then you got to get these arms there, and then bam, you got yourself a transformed. Oh, I was gonna say, does it have springs in it? No. Okay, all right. So that's that guy. All right, now this Optimus Prime. This is another movie Transformer Optimus Prime, and he's got elbows, he's got wrists, but what this one has is a spring-loaded motor. See that wheel? Like a bicycle wheel from the old times. Those real thin, tall wheels. And you can put a weapon in here. Let's see. And you can make that spin. The problem is, to hold it, you have this, but he has a really hard time holding it. Let's see if this will work. Okay, yeah, so, all right. So it can do that. But you see his handholds here? I don't know. It doesn't really go in. You can get it in that way, but now it's sideways. So because the plastic gets in the way and the stem's not long enough. So I don't get that. But what this one does is, let's see if I can do this simply enough for you. It's a motorized, spring motorized Optimus Prime. So let's see. Duck that head in there. Straighten these arms out. And I'm going to tip this. Oh, that's right. These are going to go. All right. Yeah, this is going to fit in here. And this is going to fit back up here. Believe me, this is worth it. Okay. And then that whole thing comes back like that. All right, so there's a big version of this too, but here's the little one. All right, so there's your Optimus Prime, right? All right, so then you can take this, you pull these out, and those are like rockets, right? Like, I don't know, or lasers or something. And then you can take the motor, and then that snaps down, and whether I get the direction right, let's see. Yeah, I think it's this way. And then that locks into here. And then you have a spring motor Optimus Prime. Let's get everybody out of the way here. Push that down. And then because it's on glass, okay, yeah, it doesn't get really good traction. But you can see, so that will push it along. So pretty neat, huh? And you know what? You could still find those on clearance at Ross. All right, so we can go to the next step up. There's so many Optimus Primes with no knees, aren't there? All right, so here we are, the next size up. And see this guy here? This is the larger version of this little one here. So, quite a bit bigger. And he has an accessory. Oh, and you can see to the next scale up, even significantly bigger than that. All right. So this one, the issue with it is this tab. This comes undone really easily. There you go. See, it's very easy to have it. Yeah, pluck out on you there. You have wheels that don't roll. See, these don't roll at all. Two of them don't roll. And then he has a little weapon that also becomes, let's see, a little vehicle. So you can see that. See, it's in like a tank. And then he also becomes a little robot, and that's his buddy. All right. So this is one of the animated series Optimus Primes. And then, let's see this. Yeah, this doesn't fold. Okay, so yeah, but you can see it's a lot of spring-loaded things on this. I have to work with that to transform it, but you know, that's that's the issue with this, guys, is constantly unspringing. But it looks pretty cool on the shelf anyway. See, there, and it's got these rockets, so when he's in vehicle mode, he has these rockets. But, all right, he's annoying. All right, so here is the big brother of that other spring-loaded, the one with the spring motor. So you can see the motor, it's a blue motor now, and it's a little bit bigger, actually, because the vehicle is larger. And this is a pretty good-looking Optimus Prime. I mean, this really looks a lot like the movie Transformer, especially the head, right? Really good head on this. And, you know, you have lateral articulation and elbows and, you know, nice silvery paint. And even, look, the wheels are painted and all the wheels roll. So quite a bit of an Optimus Prime. See if I can transform this really simply. You know, let's see this. Easier said than done. All right, so I do not find this to be one of those simple, let's transform it while I'm filming Transformers. There's a lot of like moving things around and things coming apart and having to put them back together because the pieces do come apart pretty easily and flip back. You can put them back on. Like this is one of them. It just comes right out right there, but then you can snap it back in. And the front wheels also, the whole piece here, this gray piece disconnects pretty easily. But once you get it into this form, all right, so then you can flip these out just like the other one, and then you have your laser rockets there. You can see the feet. They really look like the, you know, the nice big feet to the, you know, sort of the really high-end Optimus Prime Transformers. And then here's your motor, and then you would just stick that in there, and then yeah, and then it's not, again, it's on glass, but you could see it goes a little bit. Here, let me get a little better angle for you. And there. So, you know, if it's on a rougher floor, that's gonna get more traction. So, all right, so that's that Optimus Prime. And then, oh, it's still got some spring left in them. All right, and then here's another, this is a Cybertron Optimus Prime. And these have all these gimmicks that I don't think work really well. But they look good as Optimus Primes. I mean, he's got good articulation. They have good-looking heads. You know, just not bad looking. This one has, this is like some kind of super angry bumper that pops out. And I remember being frustrated with this one. So let's see. The Cybertron ones, to me, in a way, are more difficult than the higher-end ones because you have to do all this moving these springy things around to get it to do its gimmick. And I don't know. I find that to be a little bit difficult. Let's see. I think you spin this around here somehow. I'm supposed to get, there we go. And then that... And then you put the head down, and then you can see this is going to fold back like that, right? And then you get your Optimus there. You can get your cab put together, hiding a robot form in there. And let's see, get that over the wheels here. All right, and then this is going to, these are going to stick together like that. And then this is going to be the angry bumper that comes up like that, okay? So, you know, so there, it's something like, right. So it's like that. And then, oh, he's so angry. And then now he's like that. And then, boom, he's going to hit you head on with that thing. All right. Now, this here is an off-brand Optimus Prime toy that is pretty easy to find right now. There was a Bumblebee version that you cannot get, but this is a two-part Optimus Prime. And it's pretty neat. It's pretty simple. It turns into one big, tall Optimus Prime, as you can see here, right? But then it also turns into two smaller robots and two vehicles. So you can flip this head up here, and then there you go. And then you have this little guy. Now it's very limited in articulation, but it becomes a jet as well. So there, it's like a flying car of some sort, jet car, okay? And then this, right, the torso also becomes a vehicle and a smaller Optimus Prime. So you can flip that head out, and then these flip down, and then there you go. And then you have a smaller Optimus Prime that kinda has some knees, but when he's in his tall form, he has no knees. And what's nice is all the wheels roll. And all right, so he's like that, and then it turns into a truck like that, and then that flips back, and now it's a truck. So there's your truck mode, and then your little Optimus mode. And then you can flip that all around. Let's see. And then we get that. Flip that in there. And then there we go. There's our torso, right? Days of fun. Just days and days. I mean, you take this with you anywhere, and you just will never run out of something to do with that. All right. Pretty cool, though, right? Well, we are not done. There's another scale up. Let's see what's coming. Okay, well, now you can see they're getting really big, right? So here's our beginning, how much smaller, and then the next step up, and then, right, and here's our two-parter, non-brand Optimus. All right, well, this here I got a couple of years ago, and this was at Aldi grocery store, and for $7.99, and they reissued this, basically the same thing for the Rise of the Beasts, and they sold it for $20, something like that, something ridiculous. But it's just a very simple, no knee, no even legs move individually. You have arms that come off easily, but they have ball joints, so they do move around, and it goes back together easily. What I like about this, fantastic head. I just think it's one of the best looking Optimus Prime heads out there. So, you know, it's cheap, and it's just a big Optimus Prime to play with no knees. All right, now, here is a couple of gimmicky ones, and I'm not even going to do the gimmick for you because I can't stand it. This one, I can't really get to work well at all. It, let's see, it has this blue armor that you're supposed to roll it, and then it flips up over it, and it comes, and then, yeah, and then, whoops, and that's in the way. All right, did that wrong. Try that again. It's all this springy stuff, very annoying. And this weapon becomes a ripcord. You see those gears, so you pull it, and then it flips around. It's supposed to roll, and then it flips around, and then the armor's supposed to flip up onto it like that, and then you have this Optimus Prime with armor. Not only does it not have knees, it doesn't even have legs that separate. sometimes this thing was expensive. Sometimes they realized it's not that great and doesn't work very well. And you can find it at clearance at places like Burlington Coat Factory, which is where I got it. It looks good on the shelf, though. But I find it very frustrating to work with, and I refuse to let it frustrate me. I love this guy, so I will show you him last. This one here, this is another one, gimmicky, Cybertron, Optimus Prime, and he talks and lights up. So, if you forget who he is, he'll tell you. All right. So, again, it's the big, all solid legs, no hips. It has these blue Energon weapons Energon armor and weapons. So, he's got like Wolverine claws because now Optimus Prime can also, if you like Wolverine and you like Optimus Prime, you don't have to settle. Also, you want Optimus Prime to be a knight, so he has a sword, and he also has Energon chest armor that I believe it knows when it's on and off. Let's see. I think, whoops. Let me see. No, maybe not. This maybe isn't one of those where you... Sometimes these things, you stick it on and then it knows, and then it does it makes different sounds, but... Yeah, maybe. Maybe this is one of those. Let's see. Okay, he just says the same things. All right, but there you have some articulation, a little bit of shoulder articulation, see? And elbows. You got all the wheels that roll, except these don't. Let's see, these roll. This one has a motor to it. This is another one that you push along the ground, and it's supposed to pop up and become Optimus Prime and then say something. Doesn't work that well, doesn't work consistently, but it is big, and it's another one that you can get for clearance, and the head moves. So, all right. So I never buy the gimmicky ones unless they're just so inexpensive. It calls to me. Otherwise, not worth it. All right, so this Optimus Prime has been on Amazon for a long time. The price has bounced around a lot, anywhere between $20 and $44. They just can't decide how they're going to get you. It's a really nice looking Optimus Prime, I think. It's got a great head, very anime looking, great arms. Doesn't come with any weapons, although you can stick weapons from other Optimus Primes in its hands. The body rotates, so you can like punch like that, and it has a lot of wheels, which is kind of neat, and it transforms very simply, which is nice. So you just turn it like that. You can flip the head down. And let's see. I believe these arms just go back. Yeah, it's just like that. So it's simple to transform. So that's nice. You can flip the hands in like that, and then there. And so easy to play with, which is, nice to be able to transform it quickly. And it makes a really nice looking truck as well. So I would have liked it if they made the knees bend. It would have been perfect, and maybe give them a sword or something. But I just think it's a really great looking Optimus Prime. And there is one more of this scale that I'm going to show you. Okay, so this is our Energon Armor Optimus Prime, okay, that we just saw. And this one looks a lot like him. This is also a Optimus Prime Cybertron. Pretty cool on his own overall. just big. You know, it's got all the wheels that roll. But that's not what's the best part about this guy. What's great about him is he comes with the arc. So let's move this out of the way and get his armor out. Okay, so we got armor, Energon armor Optimus out of the way, and then this one here, you have the arc spaceship, which the Transformers came to Earth on eons ago. And this comes apart and becomes armor on our Optimus. So let's see. Now, they had this to where the head flipped out and fit over him, but it didn't work very well. So it didn't work easily, and I broke it, actually, accidentally. But actually, that was for the better, because it's better broken. You can do more with it. All right, so I'm going to, let's see, try to remember how to put this armor on. All right, these go on the legs. So let's see if I remember how to do this. So yeah, so you push the feet on here this way and take this out. All of these pieces, they fit inside the spaceship that it becomes. All right, so then here you go. Now he's got beefed up feet. Okay. And then he's got armor that flips over on him. Yeah, so let me show you. This is kind of awkward. So here, this is a piece that comes out. So actually, let me show you that again. All right, so this snaps in, right? And then there's this little trigger here, and you push that out, and then that becomes like a, I don't know, like a, maybe his matrix of leadership or some kind of armor. And this little hook here, this is what's weird. See that? That hooks underneath him, kind of moves out of the way. It's kind of, just kind of strange. And then this can flip, and then this tabs in here. All right. You can actually still get this thing on Temu for like $50. That's a bit much for it, I think. But if you're desperate to have it, you know, gotta have it, you gotta have it. All right. And then we have these shoulder armor. This is another one that I was able to get on clearance back when it came out for a little while. Nobody bought it for a really long time. Like, it just sat on the shelf, went on clearance. I picked it up, and now it's sort of in, you know, later people realize, oh, that was actually a lot better than a lot of things that are out now, and now I want it. The head doesn't turn. All right. And you see it has these weapons here that I believe they... Oh, there's... Okay, I remember. I'll show you what those do. They do something special. All right. And then here's like a big sword that you can hold on to there. And then here's his helmet. So the helmet was attached to this, and it wouldn't work very well. So it's better to just take it off and kind of break a little thin piece of plastic, and then you can just put it on afterwards. So there, you know, because it's kind of neat also. Look, he doesn't have the helmet, and then you can put the helmet on. All right, and then, yeah, and then see, these are rockets that they can be in the down position or they can be in the up position. And then this is the one thing that's weird. This doesn't stay very well. Really, what they should do, I don't know. You know what you have to do is put one of those plastic bungees or something around it. I don't know, but see, at least he can still turn even when he has the armor on. All right, and this, there's a trigger here. Yeah, there's a lever there. So you push that, and then you pull this little lever here, and then it's like he fires forward. Like, ba-bow, ba-bow, ba-bow. All right, so there. I think that's a really cool looking Optimus Prime, even though his legs don't bend, right? All right. I know you could see something in the background, some things in the background. Those will end up on the show soon. Well, there's actually one more scale up to this. Okay, so this giant looming in the background is from Transformers Prime. All right, so you can see he's even a little bit taller. And let me show you this guy. All right, so this is just one big giant Optimus Prime, but it also turns into a mobile base vehicle. You see, you have these smaller Transformer toys that are really highly articulated. This is all to Transformers Prime, and I have a whole bunch of these little ones. They're all really well articulated. They have these clear pieces. Very popular show. I put an extra sword in there. They got knees that bend, though, so I couldn't put it on the show officially. So it's got all the wheels that roll, the front wheels roll. So these are really nice Transformers. And what they do is they can sit inside our big guy here. So this big Optimus Prime here, like this giant mech, all right? So it has some lights and sounds on it. So you have buttons up here. Oh, it just was working. And today it decided to have the batteries not work well. How's that? All right, well, it has lights and sounds. You can see. All right. But you have this helmet that can go back, and then you can take your Optimus Prime, and he can stand there like this, like he's standing in the mech suit, okay? And then you have other areas. You can take other Transformers, and you can stick them up on the shoulder. You can stick them up on this shoulder. See that? And then this has push missiles that fire. So, you push, and then they have the little ball that the friction, that when you push it hard enough, you're gonna push against that friction, and then it's gonna pop out at you. All right, and then you have this one. This rotates back and forth. You just move that, and then you can shoot left and right. Pretty neat. Then you have these arms that go up. And then you can have Transformers that sit inside the arms. It comes with a gun that comes in 2 pieces. I never figured out why it comes in 2 pieces, but it does. And then you can stick this here or anywhere you can tab that here. You can stick it in the hand, but anywhere else, you can put it. And I'll show you, it does have another place. And then you can even stick Transformers inside here. Look, you can take a guy in vehicle mode, a car, and put it in there. And then you can put vehicles in here, smaller vehicles. So he can carry a bunch of friends with him. There's your speaker back there. All right, so it's time to take these batteries out because I don't want them to go bad and then, corrode. But, all right. So what this does, though, is you can fold this whole thing down like this. And then, you know what? Before I do that, actually. So Optimus Prime can then sit in here. Okay, and then this can fold up. It's going to be a little rough with all his weapons on him, but I just want to give you the idea. And then this helmet fits over him. You got to kind of get his face out there. Let's see. Ah, there we go. All right. Well, you get the idea. So he sits in there. You can manipulate him around. So then he's got like this big Optimus Prime head. Okay, so he's in that mode. All right. And this is a pretty good looking head too. So all right, but when you're putting it in vehicle mode, giant mech mode, that folds forward. And yeah, when you change it into mech mode, it's supposed to make the noise. And then you could take the gun here and just stick that in the center. I think it's going nuts because the batteries are low. And then you could take your Optimus Prime, and now he's ready for action. Got swords, he's got guns a-blazing. And there. And then you could just take all your other Transformers and you can have this carry them along, all ready to do battle against Megatron or who else. So there you go, big giant mech. Okay, so I installed some new batteries into this guy because I wanted to give him a fair shake. Alright, so here's your Optimus Prime. You can see sitting in there nice and comfortably in there. Boom, got that helmet down. Alright, so you could take this big giant gun, you can stick it in the center or you can stick it in one of his hands if you want. Alright, but you can also take the little weapons that Optimus Prime was holding and you can put those in there. And it even has these little hooks here because some of the weapons to some of the other Transformers have like little clasps that you can hook onto here. And these handholds are the right size also for the other Transformers to hold on to. So there's a whole gaggle of little Transformers that go to Transformers Prime that you can play with this set. All right, so when you push the buttons and it has fresh batteries, that's much better. And then this one. Alright, so we're going to stick this in here. And then when we put him in mech mode. Alright, actually you can see it lights. It's not really going to come through. Alright, but this is what happens when you move the legs. So you get the robot mode, and then, you could still get that sound. And then when you move the legs back, so you get like that big mechanical hydraulic sound mode. All right, so there you go. The fresh batteries go right in there, a couple of AA's. So there you have it. Now, this is not all the Optimus Primes that don't have legs that bend. I actually have done a show on Optimus Prime from Armada. I showed all the Armada Optimus Primes, and when he is in his ultimate mode, he doesn't have any knees that bend. And there's another Optimus Prime from the movies that's really huge. The smaller Optimus Prime has knees that bend, and then when you put him in the mech mode, it also doesn't have knees that bend. So if you want to see those Armada ones, go back to episode 191. I'm really proud of that episode. It shows you all the Armada Transformers from the Optimus Primes, but all the variations of how you can transform him. And there's several, and the special edition one. And it's an automatic electronic transformer that uses infrared to transform. So it's just, I think, a really, really ahead of its time transformer. I don't think it sold very well. That's why I was able to get like 4 or 5 of them, because I would find them at like secondhand stores and just buy them and put them together in all the different combinations. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the Optimus Primes with no knees. There's so many more Optimus Primes, and this is just one way to break them down. So thanks for watching, and I will be talking to you soon. Take care. Alright, well, I forgot to show you this Optimus Prime that doesn't have knees. So this is the Silver Knight, alright, from the movie Optimus Primes, the movie series. And this was made to be one of those quick transformers that you can slam it, and then it's supposed to transform. So it's supposed to just go together. Like you take him and you push them together, and there, it's a truck, okay, like that. And then you could take the sword and stick it, I guess you could stick it here. It doesn't stay here. I think it's not the right, it's not the right size. It doesn't stay there. So you have to stick it on the side. It doesn't go underneath, but there he is hiding, right? So you take the sword, and You stick it in actually one of these holes here. And so it rides around as a truck. It's got all the wheels at work. And then you slam it down. And it's there. Okay. And then you push it down, and then he pops up, and he's Optimus Prime. Look familiar? They were doing this with the latest smoothie, a more sophisticated, where you have several, just hit it down and it transforms. I didn't buy any of those. There's one for the Optimus Prime on the Optimus Prime. They've even gone on clearance as low as like $15, and I still just couldn't get myself to buy it. But this one has, good ratchet articulation there. A little bit of shoulder articulation. Good looking head. Again, these went on clearance at the time, so that's how I ended up with it. And I did just think, it's not bad looking for what it is. And you can just take the sword and put that in there. And then, to transform them back. And this is, the idea was we want quick play, for kids to be able to play quickly between going back and forth between robot mode and vehicle mode. And then you just push that down and it pops up. All right, there you go. That's the last.